For millennia, philosophers such as Aristotle have pondered the question, which came first, the chicken or the egg? We now know that the correct response was nihilism and that it doesn't matter, because all those other philosophers are dead. But perhaps the right question was, what is the best chicken? And for that, I have an answer. Today, we'll be making chicken samosas using my mom's great original recipe. To start, we need to use traditional Pakistani Mexican tortillas. And that's right, next you're gonna get a 1/4 cup of blended jalapenos ready. Now for our dry masala mix. So to start, you'll have 1 tablespoon of red chili powder, 1 teaspoon of garam masala, 1 tablespoon of chaat masala, 1 teaspoon of mint, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1 tablespoon of ground cumin and coriander mixed. And then on the side, have 1 cup of fresh coriander ready. We'll also need about a 1/4 cup of flour for binding our samosas together. And then we'll need the juice from half of a lime. Don't worry, if you use a small lime, it'll still be sublime. Oh yeah, and don't forget, 1 cup of onions. Next, a tablespoon of crushed garlic and a tablespoon of ginger. And now for the big part. You'll need 2 pounds of ground chicken, and this recipe will yield you 30 samosas. Again, because we are cooking meat, you have to remember to look cool. When you are ready, we can start making our delicious filling. To begin, start cooking the meat over medium-high heat and add your jalapenos, your garlic and ginger, and lemon juice. Be sure to start mixing it in and combine the ingredients evenly. And you may think, is this fun to do? Oh yeah, this is a lot of fun to do. Compare it to playing a game of hopscotch. At first you're like, hey, I don't think this is gonna be very good. And then you do it and you're like, wait a second, this is amazing. Anyways, once the chicken is cooked, add in your onions. Now give that all a stir. The onions will release quite a bit of water, and you will now set your heat to a simmer until all of the water evaporates. After about 3 or 4 minutes, it should look as shown, and all of the water should have evaporated. Now you can really inject the flavor. Dump in your entire dry masala mix. Next, add your fresh coriander and give this all a mix. Ensure that it is evenly distributed. This is crucial to getting consistent flavor across every samosa. And that's it. You can now turn off the heat and set it aside. Now we will make our traditional wrap. So to do so, you will cut the tortillas into 3 sections. And y'all know how I roll, so I decided to cut up the whole stack. Of course, you can cut up each tortilla individually as well. There's nothing wrong with that. Cut, 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 cut. Trim the edge of each piece to be at about a 45-degree angle. You will then fold it over once and then twice to make a little pocket as shown. You can now put your filling inside of the samosa. Leave a little bit of space at the top. Don't pack it too hard. You want to do this gently because remember, samosas have fillings too. I'll show it again. 1 and then 2. And then pack it again, gently, softly. It is now time to make the paste that binds the samosas. Slowly add a 1/4 cup of water into the flour while stirring. This is what we call stir crazy, because we are so crazy about our food. Ensure that there are no major lumps remaining. Okay, you can now fold over your samosas. Apply the paste onto the samosa to close the flap. This will keep your samosa together. Apply the paste to any other gaps that you see. You'll do this for every samosa to close all of the gaps. Once that's done, it's time for the best part. We are going to deep fry these. Oh yes. And what would Mom's recipe be without Mom? So she ended up frying here. If you see a little sizzle, then it's ready for rizzle. You can now add in your samosas one at a time. Here I fit in 6 samosas. Flip them occasionally. They should finish in about 3 to 4 minutes. You'll know that they are done when they look something like this. They should look a beautiful golden brown and crisp to the touch. You can keep them in for a little bit longer, but I took them out here. This has got to be the most satisfying moment. All this hard work is about to pay off in a big way. I plated them here. I was supposed to let them cool down some more, but I was hungry, so you can do what I did and just break it open. And just looking at it, you can see how crisp they turned out. Very crisp on the outside, incredibly tender on the inside. This has got to be one of the best recipes you could possibly make. I highly recommend that you try it, and if you have never had this before, then this will be an eye-opening experience. Incredibly tender.
Hey, do you poop out at parties? Do you want to be cool? Then join the Indoor Sunglass Gang and subscribe today.